like as usual, you have to wash your client's hair, wash it with shampoo and conditioner, any shampoo of your choice or conditioner of your choice, and make sure the hair is very neat. That's from the tip of the hair to the root of the hair. Make sure it's neat. Then go ahead to use hand dryer to dry the hair before you start styling. After drying the hair, you cannot apply like your hair cream, before you start styling. So the pattern of the cornrow is totally different. Like I mentioned before, that this hairstyle is different. So the pattern too of the cornrow is different, totally different. So for the cornrow, I'm adding little extensions so that the hair will be able to withstand the pressure of needle and thread. To section out the hair, I'm using this T-comb or tail comb or ratte comb to actually section out the hair before I start cornrolling the hair. And the back cornrow is different from the front cornrow. For the back cornrow, it's a zigzag cornrow, so you just watch the way I'm actually cornrolling the hair. So it's just in a zigzag way. And then for the middle or the front cornrow, it's actually in circles. At the back, I actually cornrowed about 7 cornrows, that's the zigzag one, before I went ahead or I started doing the round cornrow. So we continue doing the round cornrow, like taking all the cornrows round in front until I get to the middle part or until there's no more hair for me to cornrow. Then we'll just box braid the tip. Okay, before I forget, the cornrow, while making the cornrow, you have to make it as small as possible. The size of the cornrow needs to be very small because of the hairstyle. If you make the cornrows big, the hair, after installing the hair, after trimming, installing everything, the hair won't look flat. So you need to make the hair as flat as possible. Then when you are installing the weaves, you just jump some of the cornrows, and then so that after installing and trimming, the hair will be flat. Hello everyone, welcome back again to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. Hope everyone is fine today. Hope we're all doing great at home or at work. Anyway, I know that everybody have started work, like most people have started work. So yeah, if you are new here, just go ahead to click the subscribe button to join the family. Leave a comment in the comment section below what you think about this video we're about to, or the tutorial. Just leave a comment. Any question you have, you can just leave it in the comment section below, and share this video to friends and family. Do not forget to do that. Yeah, I give the video a big thumbs up. And like I always say, before you leave a question in the comment section below, you have to watch the video from beginning to the end. That's if you have a question, just watch the video from beginning to the end first before you leave a comment or leave a question comment. So yeah, I'd also advise you to watch the video from beginning to the end. Is an advice because you gain a lot. Like I touched, and this hairstyle is actually different from all the previous hairstyles or the sew-in hairstyles I've been doing here. So it's totally different. So I advise you to watch the video from beginning to the end. So we continue doing the round cornrow, like taking all the cornrows round in front until I get to the middle part or until there's no more hair for me to cornrow. Then we'll just box braid the tip. After box braiding the last tip, then we'll go ahead to use needle and thread to secure it just the usual way. So I'm securing the tip, the last tip round. So I'm making it not to be visible, and I'm making sure that I'm actually following the roundness of the cornrow. I'm not just securing it anyhow because I do not want any like lifting of the weft. So I need the cornrow or the tip of the cornrow to be like very laid down and hidden. So yeah, this is what the cornrow should actually look like before you start installing the weaves. This is what it should look like. You can go ahead to count the cornrows, especially the ones at the back. So you can go ahead to count it yourself so that you'll be sure. That's in case you want to recreate this look. So you make sure that the back should be either like 6 or 7, just depending on the person's head. 6 or 7, and then the front can be as many as possible, but make sure that all the cornrows are in the same size or same sizes. The hair I'm using for today's video is called Afro B. You guys already know that I've used this hair here on this channel like a couple of times, so if you're an OG you know that already. Because this hair is a short hair, I do not want to use any other hair to actually create this look for you guys to see, so that's why I decided to use Afro B. And for this video I'm not like, you know, separating the Afro B into two, the weft of the Afro B into two like usual. You guys already know that I used to do that when I want to like use bonding. So in this video I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to install the hair the way it is. For the sewing, I'm starting from the very back, and which is the usual way of like sewing. I always start from the back. So I'm starting from the very back and I'm stitching only one weft from the back. This is so that it will come out nice after trimming, so that that part at the back will be laid very flat. So for this very back, I'm not doing the turnover method. What I'm actually doing is just to measure the length of the cornrow with the weft, then use like a scissors to cut off the excess, and then place the weft of the weave on that particular part where I measured it, and then install it, that's sew it in. Yeah, like you can see, I'm starting from the last cornrow, so I'm measuring it. I'm starting the sew in from the very last cornrow. So like I said before, we'll measure first, cut the excess, then place the weave on that part and sew it. But not like I'm saying that you should install the weave on every cornrow. I'm going to be like jumping some cornrows, but just watch the video. After sewing the first weft at the back, or at the tip of the weft, so actually like curved it in such a way that it will form like a U shape, so which is going to serve as a guide. Now the next weave on I'm going to install it in a U shape. So that's how I'll continue installing the weaves or the wefts or the weave on in U shapes. And remember that before I start installing any new weft, I have to measure it first before I install. So I'll measure, cut the excess, then install it, sew it in. It's not like the normal sewing that you will do like turn over. And the reason is because if you notice, this Afro B actually comes in a curvy shape, so you have to like place the weave on in such a way that that curvy part is going to like face down, so that when you are trimming it won't actually like look odd or won't give you problem. It will just be laid down after trimming. And if you do it the other way around, you like sew in and then do the turnover method, you will notice that the curvy part is going to like face outward, so which is not what we're actually going for. We actually want the curvy part to face inward, so that after trimming it will just be laid down, like it will be flat at the back. But if you go ahead to like do the turnover method, like if you know how to do the turnover method very well and you do that, you use human hair, you can actually use like a coiler or a stretcher to just stretch and fold it in. That's for human hair. That's if you are using human hair. But if you are using Afro B is in between human hair and synthetic hair. So if you are using Afro B, you can actually do that, but it might not really lay down flat. So it's to be on the safer side, it's preferable you just sew it in. Make sure that while sewing it in, you make sure that the curvy part is actually facing down. So in this case, we sew about 4 lines before moving to the front. But if you could remember, initially the cornrow, which is supposed to be like the guideline, was actually we made about 7 cornrows. So meaning that we actually jumped the lines, or we jumped some of the cornrows just to install only 4 lines of the weaves.
So what you're saying is it's not enough. Just write it off like
it's also going to be the 5th line. So after sewing in 4 lines of weave on, the 5th one I'm just taking it to the front, and then from there we'll just start sewing the weave on round and following the lines of the cornrow. So as I'm sewing in the hair round and following the lines of the cornrow, so I'm actually using the cornrow as a guideline, or not like I'm using the or I'm following the cornrows, actually, please pardon me, I'm always using actually. So I'm actually jumping some of the cornrows. If I follow every cornrow, the hair is going to be very full. So yeah, we'll just continue sewing the hair round and round and round until each of the cornrows or the lines or the weaves get pretty close to each other. Okay, we'll just allow you guys to see what I'm doing so that you get a better understanding, and also so that you get a better view. So just carefully watch the video, because this is different from every other skull cap or every other short hair I've done here. So, and it's tricky somehow. You can actually miss it or make it or get it. So it all depends on what you are seeing, and it all depends on you. So just carefully watch the video. Yeah.
When we've been walking this blind, frustrated, outdated, what's on your mind? Truthful this time, all on the line. Try trading me places.
Okay, now that the weaves are pretty close to each other, or how you notice that you need to start doing the closing, or you need to do the closing, is when you notice that the weaves are very close to each other. So that's where you now know that you need to close the hair. Where you get to the point where the weaves become very, very close, like very close to the extent that you cannot install more hair, so you just know that it's time to close it. And to close, you just take needle and thread from the other side of the weave and stitch it to join both the other side and the left and the right side together. You use needle and thread to join the two of them together, just crossing the needle and thread, just cross it. That's how you close it. And you don't really need to like cross it too much. The space should be very, very small, so you cross it. When you cross it, that crossing will not be visible. At the end of the day, you get like invisible closing. After closing, we just start using, or we use razor, and I'm using the tiger razor because I find it very easy to use to start trimming. So I'm using it to actually trim the hair as flat as possible. So for trimming, I'm actually starting from the back, and the reason is because I do want the back to be as flat as possible. I want it very flat. So yeah, I'm starting from the back to start trimming. And also, before you start trimming, or before I start trimming, I actually used a weave-on brush to just follow the direction or the way I actually stitch the hair. Just brush it the direction I fix the hair, and then after that, make sure that it's smooth first before I now start using razor to trim off the hair. Okay, for the trimming, there's no particular direction or step or method to use or to follow, so just watch the video carefully so that you see the way I'm actually trimming the hair. So yeah, I'll just allow you guys to watch to get a better view. Yeah, trimming, since you know you're using a sharp object, you need to be careful, and gradually just do things, or you do it gradually. Just gradually trim off the hair, and be careful as well so that you don't get to injure your client or even injure yourself. So yeah, I'm trimming the front in such a way that it will fit her face. Just follow the shape of her face. You guys just watch the video, okay? Once I'm done with the trimming, and once I'm done with everything, we'll just go ahead to add hair cream to the hair, or like hairspray, just to give it a little shine. So yeah, here's the final look. Thank you so much for watching the video from beginning to the end. Hope it's helpful. Hope you're able to learn something new from this video. Please, if you did, just go ahead to share the video to friends and family. Subscribe to this channel. Give the video a big thumbs up. Leave a comment. You can ask me any question, but before you ask me any question concerning this hairstyle, watch the video from beginning to the end so that you understand. Then if you are confused, you can ask me a question, and if you have any other question, you can leave it in the comment section below. So yeah, we'll talk to you guys in my next video. Stay blessed. Bye.